Welcome to day 14, dear sisters. We're into 2 weeks already. Hasn't this been a wonderful journey for you till now? I'm sure. There are many ups and downs that you may have faced till here, but keep it going. I'm telling you, what you are going to find inside and what you are building is so beautiful. So today we will revise where we have kind of traveled within our womb space. We moved from our external genitalia, building of that space, to the outer 1/3 of the vagina, then the inner 1/3 of the vagina. And now we have reached that part which is the doorway between the outside and the inside. This is the place from where we will be who we are in the world. You guessed it right. Many teachers tell us to operate from our heart, and the heart of the womb lies in the cervix, and the cervix is the mouth of the uterus. So today, before we enter that space, let us center ourselves. Let us remember our altar. So see that you have changed the water in your womb bowl, add some new elements, reduce some elements as per the coming from within you, okay? And then find a comfortable position. See that your spine is erect, your feet grounded, and you won't be disturbed for another 10 to 15 minutes, okay? So close your eyes and let's do some breath work to help us to ground ourselves. Take a few deep breaths. Breathe in through your nostrils and breathe out through your mouth. Once again, breathe in through your nostrils and breathe out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nostrils and breathe out through your mouth and relax. And very gently drop into the center of your body. Right there, you will notice the towers, your thighs. Gently notice the gates to your womb temple that you created. I'm sure you have gilded them with gold and silver and precious stones because we are women and we love beauty. And of course we love jewelry. And as you enter inside this holy gateway, as you pass through the outer 1/3 of the vaginal wall, the canal, you bless it and you enter deeper into the 2/3 of the vagina. Again, blessing this space, feeling the muscles here. For all of you who are fitness freaks, you know that you can keep your pelvic floor intact by doing the Kegels exercises. They are nothing but holding your urine when you want to pass. So it's as if you're holding it tight and then releasing. Holding it tight and releasing. So this will bring strength to your pelvic floor. And there you arrive now at a small little space with a feature staring at you as if there is a pout there. You know what a pout is. All of us are pouting these days for our selfies. And what you see is the ectocervix, the outside part of the cervix. So when you see it in a young girl, it looks like that, as if you have pouted and the opening is like a pinhole. But if you are a mother and you have delivered a baby vaginally, then what you will see is a little smiley opening there. How wonderful is our body. she's smiling because she has birthed. Isn't that awesome? So this cervix of yours is a muscular structure. It is cylindrical and it connects the vagina and the uterus. It is also known as the mouth of the uterus. And as you enter inside this ectocervix, through the opening which is known as the external os, you enter into what is known as the endocervical canal. Or they may be big words, medical words, but they're simple to know. Can you imagine the number of tunnels inside your feminine reproductive system? Feels like the Mumbai-Pune expressway, isn't it? And now as you enter through the endocervical canal, when you will come out on the other side, that part is known as the endocervix, and the opening there is known as the internal os. Now what does the cervix do for you? Cervix secretes mucus, and this mucus turns the whole pH of the vagina alkaline. Now we need this mucus so that the sperms can find a way into the uterus to unite with the ovum that has been released from the ovary. But at all times, the cervix secretes mucus of different consistency. It is only around ovulation that the mucus becomes watery like egg white, allowing the easy access and swimming of the sperms. Otherwise, it is nice and thick, like snot from your nose, not allowing the sperms to come. So this space in your body has a wisdom of its own. The cervix knows when to allow and when not to allow the masculine energy to enter. So when you tap into the energy of your cervix or of your heart of the womb, you will know for sure what are the days that I am open and receptive to the masculine, and which are the days that I need to be rooted in my feminine and stay inwards. There is a zone known as the transformation zone between the ecto and the endocervix. And this is like a bridge. In tarot, there is a card known as the High Priestess, and she sits at this door between the unconscious and the conscious world. So this is the place where we are seated. So you are in touch with your unconscious world, and you are also in touch with the conscious world. That is why leading with the heart is very important for all of us. So gently move around in your cervix and notice how you feel. Maybe many heartbreaks have happened in the past, and that energy could be embedded here. Just become aware of it. This particular endocervical canal expands, it dilates when it is time to give birth. It opens up, gently opens up to allow the baby through. When you have heard your gynecologist and obstetrician say, oh, she's 1 centimeter dilated, or she's 2 centimeters dilated, they are indicating that the cervix and the opening of the cervical canal has opened up, ready to birth the newborn baby. Many a times, many young girls experience pain during their menses. And this is because the cervical canal opening is too tight, and the uterus has to put in a lot of pressure to push the blood out, the menstrual blood out into the vaginal canal and thus out of the body. My own understanding of this is that when the body is tensed, or if there is stress of certain kind, the body is in a fight or flight mode. Cervix being also a fibromuscular tissue canal, it goes into a spasm and therefore there is pain. So when the body is relaxed, there is expansion. All the pain has been eased. There is no need to feel any pain because you are in allowance of what is to be. Sometimes this place gives us an indication of infection, what we call cervicitis. So there is redness and there could be the mucus turning into different colors because of the bacterial organisms. It is just telling you that a lot of outside energy has come into this place. When there is casual sex with multiple partners, it results in infection, thus warning you or bringing you to a state of chetavani that you need to be careful of who you are allowing into your womb temple space. So this in the temple is known as the Mahamandapa, the heart of the womb. Sometimes the cervix also has polyps. They are nothing but teardrop tissues. And I'm sure when there is a lot of heartbreak and pain from old lovers or from loved ones, it's as if the womb is weeping. When the grief that has been held inside has not happened, the tissue weeps for you. So be conscious and aware and notice if you can see any of that in your own cervix. And now we will chant the Beej mantra, Yam, 3 times to clear the energies in this space and build it up. Take a deep breath. Yam. Breathe in. Yam. Breathe in. Yam. Let's end this meditation with the womb affirmation. My womb is natural and so is my life. My womb is natural and so is my life. My womb is natural and so is my life. Very gently come back to present space and time. And as you leave, close the doors to your womb temple at the gate and gently come back to present time. Remember to journal your experiences, whatever else comes up in terms of memories or maybe even artwork. Thank you and have a wonderful